What's happening, guys, and welcome to a new upcoming updates video for DayZ Standalone. There was not a status report this week, but PAX South is currently going on and some information has been released from that and also by the devs on, Twitter and stuff like that. So that is what we will be discussing in this week's video. So the first thing that was released from the PAX South information, by the way, it was only day 1 of PAX South today, and the DayZ devs will be speaking tomorrow and Sunday as well. So if there is any more information from there, I will announce in future videos. But the first thing that they talked about today was the radio station building. They actually showed a picture of it here, which you can see on the screen, and they said the radio station is planned to be located in Altar, which is kind of in the center of the map. It's not too too far north, but it's also not too far from any spawns. Like if you spawn in Berezino, you can head to Gorka and then you're not too far from Altar. And what this radio station building will do is allow players to broadcast messages across the map that will be picked up on radios and walkie-talkies by other players. So pretty cool area, interesting location for sure, and I don't know, it's kind of cool to have something there in that part of the map, because honestly, there's no reason to go there at the moment unless you're just passing through, heading to Northwest Airfield. So pretty cool. Let's move on and see what else we got. Next, of course, the new render. So they did talk about this at PAX South, and they said that the .60 update is planned for the end of February, but they're not sure if that's going to be experimental branch or stable branch, but most likely it will be on the experimental branch. The new render does support DX11, no more DX9, and the future goal is to support DX12. New tweets have been released by the devs about the new render, and you can see there one screenshot actually showing 118 FPS. That was the client-side performance boost that they were talking about. Hopefully us players actually end up seeing that when the new render hits. I'm sure all of you are looking forward to it just as much as I am. Okay, next we are talking modding. This was talked about at PAX South today, and what they said was that Numalsk will be the first mod for DayZ Standalone. Its original author Adam is currently working on it, and the map will have custom items, new buildings, all buildings will be enterable, and the underground areas on the map have been redone. When the server binaries and Hive package is released, it will give modders the ability to change frequency of spawns, player spawns, parts rarity, dynamic events, frequency and location of infected spawns on the map. The bottom picture is a picture of the mask that was teased in a previous status report. Alright, up next we are showing again that Tolga cableway that was shown before. There was a new screenshot released of it this week where we can see some changes there, so more development happening with that, and then also a new animation editor that one of the devs tweeted about. That looks pretty neat and hopefully means some new and awesome animations coming to DayZ. So for the new UI, there was a lot talked about for it today at PAX South, and a few things said about the future of the new UI. So first, the main menu will show stats. That's something that a lot of people want. It's going to show things like how long you've survived, probably how many zombies you killed, etc., stuff like that. And then switching through servers will show the character you have stored on that server. I like that a lot. So going between servers, like a private and a public and a private server again, you'll be able to see if you actually have a character on there and what that character looks like. I think that's amazing, so can't wait for that. They also said that the server browser will have 3 tabs to select servers. So you're gonna have one tab for the official DayZ servers, the ones by Bohemia. Those are vanilla, and then you're gonna have community servers that are owned by people like you and me. Those might have just different rules, and then there will be a 3rd tab for mods, modded servers, and if you're interested in joining those, you can go to that tab, click on one of those. It will show you what mods you need, and then the idea is it will link you to the Steam Workshop where you can easily download those mods. So a lot of cool stuff right there for the new UI coming up. They do want to get the new UI as functional as possible for .60, but probably won't have all that stuff we just talked about, but they do want what it sounded like most people to use or be on the new UI by .60. And then also in-game, the UI will be changing a lot, and they will be focusing a lot more on indicators instead of messages. So if you had the new UI when they had the little indicators down at the bottom right, they will be going more towards that route than messages like it is right now. The new UI will display also what gear you are in when you're inside of a vehicle, and stamina will also be displayed when you're running. This will be added after the new UI is implemented, because it does also depend on the new player controller and the animation system that is also coming. Alright, next we are talking about upcoming weapons. Today at PAX they did talk about a new long-range NATO weapon, possibly the Scout from Counter-Strike. They weren't too specific with that, they didn't say exactly a name of any weapons, but they did talk about the Scout and they said it would be a long-range NATO weapon. Also, don't forget that the M249 and Sega 12 RPG Law are still a work in progress, along with the PKM, which actually had a new picture released this week, and you can see that right there. Another thing they said today at PAX is that the PSO scope will spawn on its own again soon. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this upcoming updates video. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like to show your support. Also, there has been 2 new videos that were uploaded this week. Other than this one, we had a new Rainbow Six video uploaded, and also the Division beta was out today, and I did a 1-hour session on that. So if you want to check those 2 out, the link will be on the screen. Any links to do with this video will be down in the description. You can even go back and watch the past broadcast for the PAX that happened today. So thank you once again, and we'll see you all in the next one.